Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jakks Creative. Today we're reviewing Tails and Knuckles and Tails? Let's get to it. Miles Tails Prower here has been a mixed bag amongst the fandom. Some think he's annoying, some think he's adorable. I am in the latter camp. He's adorable and cute, but for me, when voiced right. Colleen O'Shaughnessy has done a great job at voicing him to the point where they actually just put her in the movie. That is a testament to how great a character she has played for Tails. But Tails looks really nice here. He has a really good sort of like coloring with his eyes. He also looks great with the mouth over here as well. It looks really good actually. I'm really happy with how this came out. Looks very good on the feet. The shoes are nicely painted. There's a little bit of sort of scuffing back here on mine, but the bands are, the little black bands on his shoes and his gloves are painted very nice. Look very good. The eyes look good, as I said before. The mouth looks very good. The nose is really nice as well. The ears have a nice sort of fading to them. Very good on that. The tail is actually separate pieces, so you don't have to worry about paint on that, but it's very neatly done. And just Tails looks really good on this. I'm really, happy about that. But we also have another Tails here. Same kind of thing, same sculpt and everything, but a little more differences. We get some gray on the ears as opposed to just plain white. We get a more lemon colored as opposed to this sort of more like yellowish color. We get like sort of neon shoes as opposed to the red shoes over here. We have blue bands on here. I think that looks really good. If you put blue bands on this, that would look really nice. Changing the color would be, interesting, but if you swap those out for the blue bands, it looked pretty cool. Matches eyes really well. The eyes are a darker color, and they also have a black outline. And the tail, said before, same kind of parts over here as well. And I think the same code on the back of the foot too. Nope, different codes. But yeah, the paint's really good on both these guys. Very solid figures here for Tails and the neon Tails. They both look really cool. His leg does articulate kind of weird, but yeah, let's go to the articulation for Tails. So they both articulate the same, head rotation for both all the way around, if you please, if you'd like. The tail actually helicopters all the way around. It's a little bit hindered by the head, but not really. And a cool story is that Tails used to have a different sculpt, where the tails would go up, but it would fall over, kind of like that, very easily. So they transferred to this kind of tail. I wish he had a head rotation going up, so he could look up while he's flying. Have a flight pose, that'd be neat. The arms go all the way around, and they go up and down this much, like so. No elbow articulation over here. Swivel, sort of a ball joint. You get a little bit of pivot, better than the head would have, at least. As far as the legs go, you go up this much right over here with the leg, back this much, swivel all the way around. You can bend at the knee this much right here, good bend on the knee. It's stopped at the front by a little sort of like little outcropping. The feet are really nice articulation. Go around, side to side, pivot. It's on a ball joint. It's pretty easy to work with. Also, the other hand is the same kind of thing. We have a fist and we have a holding hand. And yeah, Tails is a really nice figure. I like him a lot. He's good. He looks good in neon and regular, but I like the regular a lot more. So pick up Tails wherever you can. I give Tails maybe a 8 out of 10. You need that head articulation, and maybe there's a little head pivot or something, but yeah, there's Tails for you. Both Tails stand at about 3 1/4 inches tall. Here are both Tails next to the classic Sonic and movie Tails figures, and I find that I just like the one from the games better. Sorry, movie Tails, you don't have that much leg to stand on in a way. You have to use your tails to put up against yourself. But Sonic pairs really well with these guys. It'd be great if we had a classic Tails. It's really easy. Change the eyes. That's all you gotta do. Oh, and here's Jakks Creative. Lift me, boys! Lift me! Woo! Yeah! Flying! Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So here's Knuckles. I'm really excited about this guy. I like the character a lot. He is the tougher sort of version of Sonic, with a lot of punches and a lot of really cool sort of just stuff going on with him. Let's take a look at this guy's paint. The eyes are really, really well done. We have some nice purple in there that looks really well against the red. It contrasts very nicely. You have the nice red sheen on him. Looks really good. That sort of just coloring, nailed it to perfection. This little collar piece right here looks very nice too. Little tuft of fur, kinda. Looks really good. Pretty well painted on the, at least like the edge is a little bit kind of funky over there. So yeah, not really my cup of tea on that. His arms are pre-posed into sort of like, you know, boxing fighting style, and that's what he does. But I wish they were a little farther out, you know, even though his hands are huge. It just doesn't really, you know, I know work that well for me as far as, you know, it goes with that. And he has his holding hand. Doesn't make sense. Just give him 2 punching hands. That'd be really good. You know, I wish they would give him 2 punching hands. I mean, he can grab stuff and, you know, yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me as far as that goes. His legs are really long, which I think is part of the game style and part of the proportion for the character. They look really good too. The shoes are, you know, where the paint is at, and this looks really nice over here on this shoe. Looks really good and clean, and it's good and clean on this shoe as well. It looks very much like clown shoes, and he's probably going to beat me up for saying that. But yeah, it's just good paint all around. The little smirk he has right here, painted pretty well. The nose, painted pretty well as well. Looks very nice. Yeah, paint's really good in this guy. So, yeah, but we also have Neon Knuckles, and that's hard to kind of say. I wish they gave him different hands, though. That would be great. You know, the opposite hands, so you could use them on each. They're also different colors, though. We have a little more, you know, pearlescent color versus a flat white color. We have a nice neon pink to contrast with the red over here. The eyes are slightly more like a lighter purple. The nose is the same color sort of as the skin. It's kind of weird, which was black or some kind of like a deep blue. That'd be great. The paint is better on this little collar piece, this little collar stuff right over here, versus that. And the paint on the shoes is worse, but I'm kind of fine with it. I don't really care much about Neon Knuckles, but I'm like, well, what if this was Hyper Knuckles from Sonic 3 and Knuckles? So now, I now have a little better, you know, use for this guy. And Tails as well. He could be Hyper Tails and Hyper Knuckles. And we also have Supersonic. So that works very well for this. I gotta say the head is a little bit off kilter. A little bit more than this. A little more of an angle. So there's that. He also has a little tail, you know? It doesn't move or nothing, but it's just a little, you know, tail right over here. Here's a kidney tail. The backs look good. This neon green's gonna throw me off, but, you know, whatever. I like it, though. I like this Neon Knuckles, and I like regular Knuckles. They're both very good figures. I give him probably a 9 out of 10. You know, the arm articulation and some of the proportions are, yeah, they're meant to be that way. But little better arms on this guy, you know, and a punching hand would be great for him. So yeah, that's Neon Knuckles' paint. So let's switch things up for articulation. So as far as the head goes, it does not move at all. So that's a shame. It doesn't really move because of the connection with the arms over here. But if you move the arms down, you can move the arms down this far, up this far, swirl all the way around if you please. You know, on each arm that works, you know, really well. But if you move down and then down over here, you can move the head slightly more. You get a little bit of movement on that head. So that's really interesting. The arms kind of look okay here too, so you get a little better movement for that as far as the arms. Same on this guy, same sculpt and everything, so yeah. The legs move back, forward, knee right here. It's stopped by that little outcropping right over there. The feet move around, up and down. The feet are the best part on the figures, and they have to be, because they have to be really sturdy, withstand every kind of, you know, movement. Because these are little, you know, little toys. So yeah, that's the articulation for Knuckles. Oh, and the arms do move around, the hands move around. The eponymous Knuckles. You know, a little pivot, and up and down. They're on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of nice movement out there. Doesn't really help too much when he's like fighting, but he's gonna be just punching. So that's kind of fine by me as far as that. So there's Knuckles and Neon Knuckles. They're really cool. They look really good. They're nice. Both Knuckles and Neon Knuckles stand a little over 3.5 inches tall. Here's Knuckles and Neon Knuckles next to Mecha Sonic and Knuckles from the movie. And I find that, yeah, the translation of the figure looks really good, He looks a little cooler in the movie form as it does here, but I get that he's a good guy mostly in the series by now, so they have to kind of soften his look up a little bit, but he looks menacing in this movie form. That's great. You also get a little tuft of fur. It looks a little better, at least, but again, it's the movie production value versus the game production value. You could have more with a big production movie than a figure from a game. Mechasonic is here just because I learned that recently there's a new boss fight in Sonic & Knuckles for Knuckles mode, so I'm going to try that later on. And also here's Jesse Heck Creative. So that's what that holding glove is for. Please don't hurt me. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Heck Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jesseheckcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned.